The 6 cardinal sins were hung as a reminder to the Redskins that they were going to have to fight for what they wanted. In fact, the martial arts in the form of Thailand-type boxing seemed to be the theme of last Sunday's interconference extravaganza, which marked the first time ever the Oakland Raiders had played a regular season game in the nation's capital. It was a contest Washington needed to win much more than did Oakland. And of course, as far as Redskin fans were concerned, the good guys wore red and the bad guys wore white. The guys in white scored first on a Pete Banaszak 1-yard run, but Billy Kilmer, newly returned from a shoulder injury, brought the Burgundy right back. His pass to Charlie Taylor tied the score at 6 and helped Charlie amass 6 catches for the day, which leaves him only 10 short of Don Maynard's all-time reception record. Last Sunday, one of George Allen's main objectives was to defuse the bomb, which meant stopping Cliff Branch, number 21. The Redskins did it so well that Branch finished the regulation portion of the game with a lone catch. Undaunted, the Raiders turned runners, and Pete Banaszak chugged 27 yards for a 13-9 Oakland edge. In the Bay Area, they say Banaszak has a nose for the goal line, and his 11 touchdowns thus far this season seem to bear that out. But the real sledge horse of the silver and black ground game is number 44, Marv Hubbard, who is second only to O.J. Simpson in average yards per carry. A little rough tackling by number 30, Bryant Salter, made Hubbard's run 15 yards better. And once again, Oakland was knocking on the end zone door. Once again, it was Pete Banaszak who got the call and trundled it in from 7 yards out. With the score now 20-9, it looked as if George Allen's men of age and wisdom were about to let the game slip away. Enter Mike Thomas, a first-year man from the University of Nevada at Las Vegas, one of 4 rookies George Allen was willing to gamble on this season. The gamble has paid off because Thomas has taken up the slack left by the hobbled Larry Brown and is third in the NFC in rushing, as well as being a sure-handed receiver. So last week, when the chips were down, Kilmer put it all on number 22, Burgundy, who swept outside to make the score 23-16, Redskins trailing by 7. Then, in trying to pad the Oakland lead, Ken Stabler hit a wide-open Chris Hanburger right at the numbers. It was the 5th turnover taken by the Redskins, the exact number George Allen had said would mean victory. He was almost right. With 3.5 minutes remaining, Kilmer unleashed a throw that looked like a homing pigeon as it nestled into the arms of wide receiver Frank Grant. A repeat of the play shows that Kilmer had good protection and even better direction on the ball, which helped Grant beat one of the all-time greats, Oakland's all-pro cornerback Willie Brown. And now, in the dark and gloom of night, with the score tied at 23 and 2.5 minutes left, the Redskins needed a courageous defense and some luck. They got both when George Blanda's 33-yard field goal try faded left and sent the game into sudden death overtime. The Redskins won the coin toss, and after almost 3.5 hours of hard-fought action, Coach John Madden found himself in the midst of a pregame pep talk. Whatever the words, they must have been inspirational, as the Redskin charge was buried beneath white jerseys. When the Raiders took over, they went up top. First to Fred Biletnikoff, who made his 9th catch of the day. Working with the confidence and coolness of a man who's been there before, Stabler continued to slice through the Redskins secondary. Cliff Branch's 2nd catch of the day left Oakland 7 yards from victory. And although he could have tried to get up and run it in, Branch was taking no chance on a fumble. Now was the time of decision. After a 3-yard loss, the Raiders faced a 2nd and 10 situation. In a wise move born from the experience of many tense playoff situations, John Madden chose to disdain another attempt at pass or run. His decision was to go immediately to the wonder of the ages, George Blanda. And for the Redskins, sudden death came swift and silent, 26-23. John Madden's decision had been the right one. Admittedly not earth-shaking, but one of those little decisions that can make any coach the unquestioned ruler of his team's destiny. Football is a game of split-second decision, and once a player chooses a course of action, he is stolid in his choice. For example, a quarterback may decide to sit and ponder in mid-play. But he will almost always revert to his original plan. And lucky is the quarterback who, on making a decision and finding it to be a mistake, can recall his actions and begin afresh. Quick decisions are involved in all aspects of the game, and the difference between a right and wrong choice is more often than not a 4-letter word we all know as luck.